All right, you guys. So today I wanted to shoot a real quick video to highlight the Star Wars Mission Fleet set of vehicles, at least some of them anyway, that I was able to pick up. I wasn't going to pick these up at first, but I was actually interested in the Mandalorian speeder bike, the one there towards the middle there, because it does come with Baby Yoda, and it also comes with the floating crib for Baby Yoda. So I was interested in that. The others I was actually going to pass on, but a good buddy of mine, Nathan Allen, kind of brought these to my attention a little bit. So shout out to Nathan Allen to get me to spend a little bit more money on these figures right here. So I did pick up the Ahsoka, the Clone Trooper, Rex, and the AT-RT, Boba Fett there in the corner, and then of course Chewbacca as well. I believe there is a Falcon set, maybe a couple of other sets that are out as well. Those I'm more than likely going to pass on, I believe, at least I think so. Single packs, the smaller packs are about $7.99. The larger packs, the AT-RT and the speeder bike with the Mandalorian and Baby Yoda, those go for about $14.99 at your local Target. I'm sure if you find these at Walmart, they may be a little bit cheaper than that. So again, guys, I wanted to take a quick look at the Mission Fleet, specifically the speeder bike and the Mandalorian. The other ones we're not going to actually deal with today. I just wanted to get you a look at them. And more than likely, I probably will not review those unless it is highly requested. But for the Mandalorian speeder bike, I thought I would at least take a look at that one because I think I'm going to use that Baby Yoda for my vintage collection Mandalorian. I think it is maybe within scale, maybe it's a bit large, but it's definitely a lot closer than the 6-inch Baby Yoda that we received in the Black Series line. As you can see there, I already have a custom floating crib for that particular figure. So guys, let's get a look at the speeder bike in the Mission Fleet line of vehicles for Star Wars, guys. All right, guys, so we have everyone out of their packages, and very cool looking set. I really think it is a very nice set for what it is. You get a very cool Mandalorian in his Beskar armor with his weapons. And then you get a very cool speeder bike as well that has some really cool features, and we'll get a quick look at that as well. But for me, the best part of this is the Baby Yoda and floating crib. Again, I'd like to see how it will fit with my vintage collection Mandalorian, to give him a Baby Yoda of his own, since the 6-inch has one of his own. So we'll get a look at all of that as well, guys. So let's go ahead and get a look at the Mission Fleet Mandalorian and speeder bike. So getting you a look at the speeder bike that comes with your set. It's a very cool speeder bike, as I had mentioned, mostly rubber. You do get the front cannon with projectile there, and then you also see the jetpack there. It doesn't actually go there. I just couldn't find a place for it to sit except for there, so and it kind of fit in that slot, so I just kind of left it there. And then on the end there, guys, that is what you would use to tow the floating crib behind the speeder bike, and we'll get a look at that as well in just a moment. So getting you a look at the detail on the bike, you have rope and bags there and brown piping the seat, again the front cannon, which is removable, your handlebars, in the front of the speeder bike, the projectile, and then of course the button you would push to eject the projectile. So very, very nice. And then getting you a look at the backpack as well. It's absolutely awesome, and I will show you how that fits onto the Mandalorian in just a moment. And then a look at the other side of the bike. Really, really nice actually for what the set represents. And then on the back of the bike, again, you have your instrument that you would use to tow Baby Yoda with. And again, we will get a look at that in a little bit. And you have the pedals there. Some really, really nice stuff. And then getting you guys a look at the shooting projectile on the speeder bike. Very, very cool stuff. Your Mandalorian with Beskar armor is actually really, really cool. Very, very nice looking guy there. And as you can see, he has his insignia on the thigh pad there. And I believe it's on his shoulder as well. We'll get a look at that. But as you can see, he is fully Beskar armored out. All of his pieces are nice and shiny and chromy, including the helmet. It's really, really cool. And then for the shoulder pad, I thought the insignia would also be on the shoulder pad, but I guess it was too small for them to imprint the insignia on. So they decided to do it on the thigh pad. And then getting you a look at the back with the cape. And then around to the other side. So really, really cool stuff. Very, very nice looking figure actually. So for articulation for the Mandalorian figure, there's not a lot. I think he's only got like about 5 points of articulation. So you get the up and down or 360 spin in the arm, but there is no shoulder joint articulation. And then of course in the legs, you get a straight out kick. You get a slight twist out in the hip there. So that's cool. You also get a twist in the wrist. So both wrists will do a 360 spin for you, which is really, really nice. And then in the head area, goes down that far, looks up about that far, and then you have a left to right twist. So that's about it with the articulation with your figure. But he is a really, really cool figure. Get you guys a better look at the insignia on the thigh pad. So as you can see, they had a hard time even putting it there. I don't know why they gave it the little splash of burgundy on there, on the Beskar armor, but it is what it is. But as you can see, there's the insignia on the thigh pad, when it really should be on the shoulder pad. But obviously there wasn't enough room to do that insignia there. So getting you guys a look at Baby Yoda for the Mission Fleet. He is absolutely cool. And there is some articulation with him, and we'll get into that in just a moment. But to get you just a better look at the figure, he is really, really awesome. And then the floating crib is also very, very nice. It is just in a solid gray, however, but it is still very nice, and it does actually have some features as well. We have Baby Yoda with this little knob, the little ball there. So when you get a comparison between the Mission Fleet Baby Yoda and the 6-inch series Baby Yoda, there's really not much of a difference. The 6-inch version, I believe, is slightly taller, but the portions on the Mission Fleet seem to be a little bit thicker. But you have to remember, the Mission Fleet isn't so much about scale. It's more of a cartoonish look. However, the Baby Yoda seems to almost be on par with the 6-inch, for the exception of articulation. But I mean, I think it would fit well with the with your 6-inch if you wanted to switch Baby Yoda out, or even have the knob as a pose in a diorama with your 6-inch Mandalorian figure. So there's a comparison of the two Baby Yoda figures. The 6-inch being the one to your left, and the Mission Fleet being the one to the right. All right, you guys, and then getting you a look at the floating crib. Really nice job with the floating crib. Again, it comes in the solid gray, but it definitely has some very, very good detail on it, specifically on the inside, as you guys can see. And then there is some articulation with it where you have this part that moves down, but it only goes that far. It doesn't fully close, which is unfortunate because it'd be very cool to have this fully closed. But that is a feature that unfortunately they did not give you on this. So it's not perfect, unfortunately, but it is very, very nice. If you wanted to add your own paint apps, you would be able to do so. I don't know if I'm gonna paint mine, but it looks really, really nice. And then with your 6-inch Black Series Baby Yoda on the inside, he is a bit large for the floating crib, so he actually would not fit too well in that particular crib there, unfortunately. There's a look at your 6-inch Black Series Baby Yoda inside of the Mission Fleet floating crib. And then for the jetpack for your Mandalorian, you simply remove the cape and you remove the cape, and it has a little space that fits the knob on the cape there. So you just remove it and then insert your jetpack. Fits on nice and tight. You have your Mandalorian with his jetpack. Very, very cool stuff. And then your Mandalorian with Baby Yoda in tow on the speeder bike. So very, very nice stuff. Very, very cool. And here you have your vintage collection Mandalorian with both versions of Baby Yoda, the 6-inch being to your left and the Mission Fleet Baby Yoda to the right. Again, as far as scale and size, there's not much difference, but it is cool to have the additional Baby Yoda to pair with my vintage collection Mando. And then of course 6-inch Mando will still have his version of Baby Yoda. All right, guys, so there you have it with your Star Wars Mission Fleet speeder bike with Mandalorian and Baby Yoda. Very nice little set. You get the floating crib with stand. You get the speeder bike with shooting projectile. You get the Mandalorian with his weapons and jetpack and Beskar armor. Nicely detailed. So a very, very cool little set. Again, only $14.99 at your local Target, and probably a little bit cheaper at your local Walmart. So guys, let me know what your thoughts are in regards to the Mission Fleet set, specifically the Mandalorian. Is this something that you're thinking of picking up? Again, you do get a very cool Baby Yoda with the floating crib, which in my opinion is worth the $14.99 alone. But then of course you also get a very cool Beskar armor Mandalorian with jetpack, speeder bike, and shooting projectile, just to fill everything out for your $14.99, guys. So let me know what your thoughts are. Is this a set that you're going to pick up? Are you interested in the Mission Fleet set of vehicles? Let me know, guys. Put those comments down below. Please like and subscribe. And of course, guys, from the Father to the Son to the Obi-Wan Force Ghost, may the Force be with you always.